They say 40 years is long enough to bury a secret, but for Meryl Streep, some truths only grow heavier with time. For nearly half a century, the most respected woman in Hollywood has guarded her private world with a legendary ice cream chill. But at 76, that ice has finally melted. She isn't reading from a script today. She's revealing the soul-deep connection she shared with Robert Redford. A bond so intense, it forced them into a lifetime of mutual silence. From the unscripted intimacy in the tall grass of Kenya to the emotional verdict she's finally ready to deliver, we're uncovering the silent frequency between two icons that the world was never meant to hear. Before the Oscars and the accolades, there was Mary Louise Streep from Summit, New Jersey. Raised by a mother who told her she could do anything, Meryl's path was never about the glamour. At 12, she quit opera because she didn't feel what she was singing. Right then, she decided her art would only ever be about the truth. That commitment was tested early. In 1975, during an audition for King Kong, she was called ugly in Italian by a famous producer. Meryl didn't flinch. She shot back in his own language. "I'm sorry I'm not as beautiful as I should be, but this is what you get." Her soul was truly forged in the tragedy of her first great love, John Cazale. She nursed him through terminal cancer, taking roles just to pay his medical bills. When he passed, the industry saw a woman who refused to be bullied. On the set of Kramer vs. Kramer, she clashed with Dustin Hoffman, demanding her character be more than just an evil wife. She won her first Oscar for it, and famously left the gold statue on the back of a toilet. Meryl wasn't chasing trophies. She was chasing humanity. Then, in 1985, came The African Sun. Director Sidney Pollack was skeptical. He didn't think Meryl was sexy enough for Out of Africa. But when she walked into the room, all doubts vanished. The 101-day shoot in Kenya ignited something. Robert Redford was the first leading man who didn't try to outshine her. He simply stood there and believed in her. That legendary hair-washing scene? It wasn't just acting. It was the pinnacle of an unspoken understanding. A silent frequency that bypassed the Hollywood noise. For 40 years, that bond remained a quiet sanctuary. While the world watched Meryl become a global juggernaut, transforming from Miranda Priestley to Margaret Thatcher, she and Redford maintained a standard of artistic respect that she spent decades trying to find again in other partners. They crossed paths once more in 2007 for Lions for Lambs, but the depth of their connection stayed behind the scenes. Now, at 76, Meryl has stopped performing for the critics and started speaking for her soul. She recently admitted that on that set in Kenya, she didn't just find a co-star, she found a mirror. Bob was the kind of person who made everyone around him better, she shared. He was her lion in winter, the only partner who could make the Ice Queen flinch and match her precision with pure, unforced instinct. He was more than a partner, she whispered. He was the anchor I didn't know I needed. Meryl's tribute to Robert Redford isn't just about a man. It's about a standard of living. She's teaching us that the greatest loves are the ones that force us to be more kind, more honest, and more human. Robert Redford blessed the world with his heart, and Meryl has finally given him the final cut he deserves. If this look into the silent frequency between Meryl and Bob moved you, please like and subscribe to TK Real Rush. We'll continue to pull back the curtain on the real hearts behind the Hollywood gold.